We take happiness and contentment under the same umbrella. But they are not the same. There is a massive difference between these terms. However, we use contentment under the umbrella of happiness when we discuss these terms individually. These are not considered the same. Happiness is a positive sentiment that is characterized by feelings of euphoria and jubilation. But satisfaction is something we use for the desires and longings that are being fulfilled. It is possible that we can be happy and unsatisfied simultaneously. There is a significant difference between contentment and jubilation. Contentment is something that permits you to feel grateful for what you have. You feel satisfied with what you have. Whether you are poor or sad, you feel grateful. Instead of cursing about your situation, you always feel satisfied and content. Everything relies on your beliefs and notions. If you feel pleased and blissful in your poverty, then it means you have been following the right path. It revolves around your ideology. To be happier, one has to find himself. One has to find his desires and hunger. Being happy is an emotion that is controlled by the release of endorphins from the brain. According to science, endorphins are happy hormones that give you pleasure and help in alleviating your stress and frictions. Major endorphins involved in the feeling of pleasure are oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. Recent studies have revealed that religious persons tend to be happier. It is because they have a strong association with the glory Almighty Allah. That gives them a sense of content. We always search for happiness in things like big cars, big houses, or having a better date. However, you may be glad and unsatisfied at the same time. Happiness is an emotion, whereas satisfaction is not considered a feeling. Satisfaction is something that illustrates that now you do not want anything. You are being fulfilled with what you have already been bestowed with. Now the question arises, which is more important, satisfaction or happiness? It depends on your ideology and supposition. If you are going for a happier life, then it is a momentary feeling only. Happiness is always felt by somebody. Happiness comes from seeing people already happy or being around those people who make you feel delighted and joyful. Satisfaction comes from inside. It does not come from anyone. It comes from inside of oneself. Satisfaction lets you feel reassured that you have gained what you want and now you have nothing else to gain. According to a psychologist, Martin Seligman, happiness comes from PERMA. In this theory, the P stands for pleasure or positive emotions. Positive emotions like joy, delight, hope, interest, pride, amusement, gratitude and interest, and so on. These emotions are a source of delight. In this theory, E stands for engagement. Engagement specifically defines someone who deploys all of his/her skills in fulfilling a certain task. Fulfilling a task releases dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is released in response to a sense of reward. Whenever you finish a task, you feel relieved and eased. R stands for relationship in PERMA. Optimistic relationships are just like the cherry on top of being happier and cheerful. It is either a marital relationship or a sibling relationship or a parental relationship. They play a key role in providing you with moral support and keeping you boosted. M as PERMA stands out for meaning. Meaning is defined as something for those individuals who aim at living a meaningful life. Meaningful life here means having a purpose in life. A sense of meaning is guided by personal values. The A in this theory stands out for accomplishment. Accomplishment can be of any task, whether it is in education or relationships. Securing good positions in academics results in the release of endorphins from the pituitary gland. Achievement, success, and competence are the sources of solace and prosperity.